my channel VK Voice student. Today I will discuss with you few examples of displacement reaction students. Now first example is you can displace copper from the copper sulfate solution with the help of iron or zinc. Now if you are having copper sulfate, its color is blue, you just dip a iron nail in it. After some time students, you will find that a brownish red color is deposited on the iron nail and the color of the solution will turn from blue to green. Why it all happens student? It happens due to the formation of iron sulfate and brown color is due to the copper. So copper is being displaced by the iron. Now this can be asked in the examination as well student. Why the blue color of copper sulfate turns green when iron nail is added? So your answer will be due to formation of iron second sulfate whose color is green. So that is there. Similarly student, if you use the granules, magnesium granules, zinc granules if you are using, in that case again the same process will take place. Reddish brown or brownish red color will be there on these granules and the solution will become colorless. Why the solution becomes colorless? Because of the formation of zinc sulfate which is colorless. So that is in this way the copper is being displaced by zinc and iron. So these are the displacement reactions students. These are very important students. So keep it in your mind. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you student is the neutralization reaction. What is neutralization reaction? When an acid react with a base, then a salt and water is formed. This type of reaction is known as neutralization reaction. Acid plus base gives you salt plus water. This is known as neutralization reaction because salt and water are neutral things. These are neutral. They are neither acidic nor basic. So these are neutral. So neutral is there beta. So that I will prove also. But first of all I will discuss few examples with you. For example, you are having sodium hydroxide, you are having hydrochloric acid. You add them, you will be getting sodium chloride and water. So few example I have written on the board also students. So these all are neutralization reaction. Now to demonstrate the neutralization reaction that actually it happens, it neutralizes the basicity or acidity. That I will show with the help of an experiment and activity. Student, I am having a sodium hydroxide solution in which I have put some few drops of naphthalene, due to which the solution has become pink. The pink color of the solution is due to basic nature of sodium hydroxide. Now when I will put some drops of hydrochloric acid in it, then the neutralization reaction will take place and ultimately the color of the solution will become transparent. This will be due to the neutralization of sodium hydroxide by the hydrochloric acid. Wait for a moment student, I will show you. So yes students, here I am having this sodium hydroxide solution in which I have just put the naphthalene. Phenolphthalein is over there and the color you can see, this is the pink color. I will be using hydrochloric acid. Drop wise I will put hydrochloric acid. You can see over here students. You can see it has become transparent student. This transparent solution is due to the neutralization reaction. Acid has neutralized by base or base has neutralized by acid. That is why the pink color disappear. So disappearance, this is an activity to show the neutralization. First method student is direct method. You can directly get the oxide. For example, if you are having non-metal like hydrogen is there, if you pass the spark in hydrogen and oxygen, you will be getting water. Similarly, if you are having carbon, you ignite it, you will be getting carbon dioxide. Now if you are having metal, and one more thing, if you are having non-metal, the oxide of non-metals are what? They are acidic in nature. For example, if you pass carbon dioxide from water, and if you use litmus test, you will be getting the test positive for acidity. Similarly, if you are having metals and if you ignite them, if you burn them, then oxide form will be there, and that oxide will be basic in nature. Let us just demonstrate with the help of an activity, student. If you are having suppose magnesium, you burn it. After burning, what you will be getting? You will be getting magnesium oxide, which is basic in nature. It will turn red litmus blue. So let us start, let us demonstrate this activity, student, but it will take some time, so be patient, student, because today it's a little bit cold weather, so maybe it takes some time. So I am having this magnesium ribbon, and here I am having the burner is over here. I will burn it. See, student, it will burn with a very bright light. A very bright light will be there, student. Wait for a moment, it will take time, as I told you. Yes, you can see this is there, student. So whatever is here over here, you can see this is the oxide. If I just use it, I put it in the water, the water solution will become basic. I will show it also to you. I will put all whatever will be left, I will put it in the water, student. I will put it in the water. Now you can see I have put it in the water. So this solution, since oxide of this is a basic in nature, so it will show you the litmus test positive. If I use the litmus, if I use a red litmus, student, that litmus should turn blue. It will indicate the basic nature of the oxide of magnesium. So I am having, student, this red litmus is over here, student, in my hand, and I will use it. I will put it. It should become turn blue. Student, it will take some time. I will show it you later. I will show you it very later because it will take some time. Yes, wait for a moment, students. Yes, you can see, student, you can see. So in this way the solution is basic. That means oxide of metals are basic in nature. Other method of getting oxide is decomposition. When you heat the substances, like you are having hydroxide, you are having carbonate, you are having sulfate, you are having nitrate. When you are heating these substances, then what happens? You get the oxide. For example, you are having zinc hydroxide. When you will heat it, you will be getting zinc oxide. I have shown the equation on the screen as well, student. And similarly, if you are having suppose carbonate, calcium carbonate is there. If you heat it, you will be getting calcium oxide and carbon dioxide will be there. Similarly, if you are having sulfate of iron, iron sulfate is there, Fe2SO4 thrice is there. If you heat it, you will be getting Fe2O3. The equation is also shown on the screen. Next is nitrate. If you are having nitrate, again you will heat it, you will be getting the oxide. So oxide will be there. For example, if you are having lead nitrate, then you will be getting oxide of that, and also nitrogen dioxide gas will be formed, which is having brown fumes. I can show it with the help of demonstration also, student. If you are having lead nitrate and if you burn it, student, you will be getting, showing you the demonstration student over here. Yes, I am having this lead nitrate. You can see when I will burn it, you will be seeing, you will be watching brown fumes. Wait for a moment student, it will take some time, because as I told you before also, today the weather is very cool. It may take some time, but surely I will show you. Nitrogen dioxide gas will be there student, brownish color will be there. I am not having a burner, a good burner is not there, it is burning with a very slow speed, but definitely it will also show you. Yes, now the gas is coming, you can see the brownish gas is coming out. Yes, so student, this is there, you can see the brownish gas, it is coming out. So yes, a brown gas you can see. So yes, so the brown gas is coming student. This is due to the formation of lead oxide, and nitrogen dioxide is evolving in this process student. So that is there student. So that is there. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you is the classification of these oxides. So I will classify these oxides. Broadly, these oxides are student classified into 4 categories. One is neutral oxide, other is acidic oxide, next is basic oxide, and last one is amphoteric oxide. So one by one I will be discussing with you. First of all, what are neutral oxides? Neutral oxide, like you are having water is there. So it is a neutral oxide. Why it is a neutral oxide? Because it is neither acidic nor basic. Neither acidic nor basic, so it is a neutral oxide. Similarly, you are having carbon monoxide, it is also a neutral oxide. So that thing is there student. Next is acidic oxide. Acidic oxide, as I told you before also, the oxide which are formed with the help of non-metal, like carbon dioxide is there. So these are acidic oxide, like carbon dioxide is there, sulfur dioxide is there, sulfur trioxide is there, all these are there. So these are what? These are acidic in nature. How you can identify that these are acidic in nature? If you put blue litmus in them, you will be getting, blue litmus will turn red. So in this way you can identify that these are acidic in nature. See, for example, if you put some water in carbon dioxide, if the carbon dioxide is passed through the water solution, the water will become acidic, that will become carbonic acid, that I have already discussed previously also students. So that is this. So these are the acidic oxides. So these acid, as you know, acid react with base. So these acid also react with base, like carbon dioxide react with sodium oxide. Carbon dioxide react with sodium oxide and you are getting sodium carbonate. A salt will be formed, as I told you before. Acid react with base and it gives you salt. So carbon dioxide will react with sodium oxide, you will be getting a salt. So that is their student. Next is basic oxide. Basic oxide, as I told you, the oxide which are formed with the help of metal, as I have discussed the activity of magnesium oxide. Magnesium oxide is a base, acidic in basic in nature. So basic oxide are like that. So many are there. You are having sodium oxide, you are having magnesium oxide, you are having calcium oxide. All are basic oxide. So these are the basic oxide. So that thing is there, student. So that is there. Next thing which I am going to discuss with you is the amphoteric substances. What are amphoteric substances? Amphoteric substances, students, are those substances which sometimes behave as acid, sometimes behave as base. For example, you are having zinc oxide. Now zinc oxide can react with acid, zinc oxide can react with base. When it reacts with acid, it is acting as base, and when it is reacting with base, it is acting as acid. So for example, zinc oxide react with H2SO4, sulfuric acid. So now it is acting as a base. So zinc oxide is there, sulfuric acid is there. Again, you will be getting the salt. The equation I have shown on the diagram. Next, on the board. Next is zinc oxide react with sodium hydroxide also. Again, you are getting the salt. So again, now sodium hydroxide is a base. That means now zinc oxide is acting as the acid. So the salt is formed. So these are amphoteric. Zinc oxide is a amphoteric oxide. Why? Because sometimes it is acting as acid, sometimes it is acting as a base. One more thing I just want to discuss with you, student, that is what is anhydride. Anhydride is that thing from which the water has been removed. So if you put some water, for example, you are having anhydride, acid anhydride. Acid anhydride is which acids which are not having the water. For example, carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide is a acid anhydride. Why? Because when you will put water in it, it will become acid. It is not having water, that is why it is acid anhydride. So acid anhydrides are also there. So these are the things, student, and one more activity is there. That activity is given in your book. I just tell you, activity is there about the zinc carbonate activity is there. That, student, you just read in your books itself. That activity I can't show here in the laboratory. If it is possible, I will show it later, students. I hope everything whatever I have discussed over here, you have enjoyed it and you have learned the things in a very simple way. I hope I can help you more if you put your comment in the comment section. You share your problem. Definitely I will help you, and keep watching VK Voice. Thank you.